Drop 4,000 feet below the surface of the ocean, and the world around you simply fades to black. Down here, the physical weight of the water creates an environment so hostile, it generates enough pressure to crumple a solid steel car like an empty soda can. To survive even a few hours in this crushing column of water, human explorers have to seal themselves inside hyperdense, heavily armored metal spheres. The physics of this depth force almost every organism living here to remain incredibly small, yet gliding along the trench floor, there is a massive predator that breaks the rules of deep-sea biology. Meet the Goblin Shark. It is a 15-foot-long biological relic, tracing its direct lineage all the way back to the age of the dinosaurs. It looks like a terrible flesh-colored mutation. Embedded in the side of its head are two dead, completely black eyes. Where sunlight cannot penetrate, standard ocular vision becomes a high-energy liability. This shark thrives by utilizing sensory pathways that light, or the lack of it, cannot touch. Without sight, it navigates the dark using the most prominent feature on its face, a long, fleshy snout that protrudes entirely past its jaw. This vector schematic maps the microscopic anatomy of that snout. It's covered in hundreds of tiny, specialized sensory pores. These act as a biological radar network designed to pick up faint electrical pulses generated by a prey animal's beating heart. For the fish hiding in the rocks below, camouflage is entirely useless. The involuntary contraction of their heart muscles is broadcasting their exact location into the water column. The Goblin Shark takes the absolute sensory deprivation of the abyss and turns it into an inescapable offensive weapon against perfectly hidden prey. The tracking the prey is only the first step. As the shark approaches, its mouth rests in a deceptively normal, slightly open position. This anatomical cutaway reveals a bizarre structural anomaly hidden inside the head. The entire jaw framework is completely physically detached from the main cranium. When it strikes, the jaw shoots out of its face at blinding speed, bridging the gap to the prey in a fraction of a second. The mouth is filled with chaotic, needle-like teeth pointing in multiple directions. They lock together to form a jagged, inescapable cage. Once the trap snaps shut, elastic ligaments winch the jaw back into the skull, pulling the animal inward to be swallowed whole. It operates with the sudden, mechanical violence of a spring-loaded rat trap, executing a sequence of movements that defies standard vertebrate biology. Because these sharks live thousands of feet down, humans almost never see them alive. We prefer to think of them as isolated in a distant, separate world. However, we do share that space. Billions of dollars of human infrastructure sit completely exposed on the ocean floor, primarily heavy-duty telecommunications cables. Maintenance crews pulling up failed lines have made incredible discoveries. Thick, armored steel cables bitten entirely in half, with pale, prehistoric shark teeth still tightly wedged inside the ruptured metal. We lay thousands of miles of heavy wire to connect the globe, but in the trench, our strongest industrial materials are no match for ancient biology. Anyone plunging into that extreme depth is kept alive by artificial pressure seals and battery-powered lights. If those delicate electrical systems fail down there in the crushing cold, the fragile illusion of human safety disappears instantly. Biological machines glide through the silence of the trench with predatory precision, occupying the darkness long after our